So we're set up now for the second round of data collection with two blocks underneath the cart, or underneath the track. And I do want to point something out here, or at least remind you, that the claim under the background section here was that the acceleration of the cart down the hill ultimately is dependent upon the angle of inclination of the hill. And so what I want to remind you of is that during all of these points of data collection in this first table, the angle did not change. So what's kind of implied here is that the acceleration for this first setup should be exactly the same. Now, we were very careful to measure our displacement precisely, and we placed the starting position of this cart very importantly or precisely at a specific position. What we're going to do for the second table, just to illustrate the point, and hopefully it'll be it'll work out in the computation when we get there, is I'm not going to specify exactly where the start of the cart is, or the start of the experiment is, and we'll just arbitrarily pick some positions along the way. So coming back to the beginning of the cart, I left this stop block exactly where it is. So our final position is at 10 centimeters. But our starting position, and I realize this may not be focusing well enough, but I'll read it off to you. Our starting position is actually at 126.9 centimeters. It's one tick mark below 127. So when it comes to our displacement, it's worth noting that our displacement for x is equal to the starting position, x naught, minus the final position, x sub f. So in this case, our starting position is 126.9. Our ending position is 10.0 centimeters. So we're talking about a displacement this time of 116.9 centimeters. So let's see how long it takes for the object to travel down this portion of the track. It's a little bit higher here, so hopefully you can see that timer. And here we go with 5 trials. Number 1. That was 2.75. .69. 2.81. Ooh, 3.06. Now, I don't believe that was a deliberate error. I think that was recorded just as well as any other, so I'm going to leave that one in there. It may seem a bit unusual, but I believe that we'll trust the data. And here we go with our last one. That one was 2.94. Okay, so again, to test this hypothesis, I'm going to pick some other arbitrary position a little bit closer, at least 5 centimeters closer, and then I'll measure the distance and we'll set up our next trial from there.